to understand what can go wrong and how we can optimize your API portal to improve API adoption, we have to first understand the journey that an API consumer goes through before they start using your API in their application. I like to break down the journey in three big phases. The first phase is the discover phase, where an API consumer who is not a consumer, you're just a prospect, they learn about what your API. So this is when they might have learned about your API from a newsletter, or maybe they heard about it from word of mouth, or maybe they saw it on Hacker News. So they just learn about your API and they click through the link and they have just landed on your API portal. So this is the phase where you tell them what your API is about. And this in this part, you tell them what value your API can bring for the user. And here you only have only a few seconds because that's how the internet works. When people are clicking through unknown links, they only have a short attention span. So you want to capture the user at this point because the next step is quite important, and that is when the user will start exploring your API in detail. They would want to learn what your API can do for them because at this point they're trying to figure out whether there is a use case inside their business where they can use this API. They're not yet sure, but they want to explore all the options in your API, and they're going to do a match with some of the use case they have in the back of their head. You have the user engage only for a few minutes, maybe 1 minute at tops, because they just learn about your product. So here, keeping them engaged is the biggest goal that you will have. And to do that, I will show that you will need to show value proposition. This means showing actually in action. You have to demonstrate your value proposition. And once you have the user engaged all the way to phase three, the phase three would be for the user to integrate your API in their application, because this is where they achieve value proposition. They're going to use your API and achieve an actual business goal for their company. So, but this time you have a bit few more minutes, but even with a 10 minutes, you're going to see that this is not going to be enough and you will have to work really, really hard for this to go smoothly. So when I put these three phases of API consumption journey, I always try to give a real world example of how someone would sell shoes in a mall. So this is how the story goes like. So when someone is discovering about your shoe shop, they're usually going to go to a mall, right? So this is the entry point for your shoe shop. And once they're through the mall, they will reach your shop where they will see all these options that you have, all these products, and you're going to play around with all the items that you have on display. Maybe they're going to touch it, play around with it, check whether it's their size. And once they have explored all these options, maybe they have one option that they like a lot. They're going to try it on, and this is kind of the integrate phase for us, right? So this discover, explore, integrate phase is kind of like buying shoes in a shopping mall. So again, if we uh, bring it into the API world, what's really happening is I'll take the example of a payment solution. The discover phase is going to be like someone learning about your payment solution. They're just getting to know about it for the first time. And then the next phase is where you show them what all the options are in your payment solution, what all the use case and scenarios are, and maybe you will show that using examples. You're just not going to mention them. You're going to link to your example. We'll drill down into this in detail in a bit. And then lastly, the uh, end goal, which is that the people are going to use one of those use cases in their application, and for which we are going to see there's a lot of effort required. So this is how the whole API consumption journey looks like. Now the big question is that what parts of the API portal can we optimize to make these three phases go well? So to optimize for the API consumer journey, we are going to drill down into each